नमस्कार. अंतरिक्ष अप एंड अवेत परतून एकदा सगळ्यांचो येवकार. आज आमी आसा मिरामार हांगा आशिल्ल्या गोवा सायन्स सेंटरान. आमी एक खूब नामणीचे आनी खूब फामाद अशे एक खगोलशास्त्रज्ञ डॉक्टर सुब्रमण्यम चंद्रशेखर हांच्या बद्दल पळोवपाचें आसा. चंद्रशेखर कोण आशिल्ले, तांणी कितें काम केलें आनी पुराय अंतरराष्ट्रीय मळार कशें भारताचें नांव प्रसिद्ध केलें हें सगळें आमी आज आमच्या प्रोग्रामान पळोवया. आयचो प्रोग्राम हो समर्पीत आसा चंद्रशेखर हांचे यादीक. म्हजे बरोबर आसा गोवा सायन्स सेंटर हांगचे प्रोजेक्ट कोऑर्डिनेटर श्री विश्वनाथ जोशी. तर जोशी सरा कडेन विचारया चंद्रशेखर आनी हांच्या जिवना बद्दल. वेलकम टू Antariksh up and away. So our program is about astronomy, and I think without talking about Chandrasekhar, astronomy will not be complete. So I have come here to find out who was Chandrasekhar, what was his history, and as a human being, as a person, who was Subramaniam Chandrasekhar.
You see, 20th century was very phenomenal as regards the scientists. We got many Nobel Prizes that year, that century, starting from C.V. Raman and to end with S. Chandrasekhar. So Subramaniam Chandrasekhar was the famous Nobel laureate, and he was very famous scientist, astrophysicist, and this exhibition is about his life and research work what he did. So Chandrasekhar, Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, or he is famously called as Chandra, was a scientist, Indian born scientist. He was born in Lahore.
But Lahore is in Pakistan.
Yeah, Lahore, but he was born in 1910, 19th October 1910.
That time partition had not happened.
Yeah, that time Lahore and Pakistan was and India was one part. It was all India. So that is why we can say he was an Indian.
Subramaniam Chandrasekhar sounds like a Tamilian name, but how was he in Lahore?
He was from Tamil Nadu. From his name you can make out, but his father was a government servant, and he was working in railways, and he was transferred as deputy auditor general in Lahore. That time it was North-Western Railway, part of North-Western Railways, and that is why his family was shifted to Lahore, and that time he was born in Lahore. Basically his childhood and education, everything went in Chennai, Madras, and he studied in Hindu high school up to his standard SSC. Later on he joined the Residency College in Madras and graduated from there, and he got his scholarship for higher studies to study in University of Cambridge. Then he went for higher education, graduateship, that time it was called, for further studies in Cambridge University, and he studied in Trinity College there.
Trinity College is very famous in Cambridge.
Yeah, Cambridge. So it was under Cambridge University, and from there he graduated, and also he did his PhD and so on at Cambridge University.
So he had a very strong base. So in education and in physics, I think, in physics. Yeah. And basically, sir, what was his nature of work? In what field of astronomy did he expertise?
Basically, he was very much interested in physics, and you can say he combined physics and mathematics, and that he applied to the astronomy, solving the problems of astronomy. Okay, and his basic study was on astrophysics. Okay, he studied about life of stars, evolution of stars, and all the stellar structures and other things, and further his research work was also based on these subjects.
Born in India in 1910, Chandra immigrated to the United States in 1935 and joined the faculty of the University of Chicago in 1937. Fellow astrophysicist Jeffrey Burbidge fondly remembers Chandra's intellect and work ethic.
He was the hardest working scientist I've ever seen. He would work 12-hour days, basically 7 days a week. He used to come in at about 6:30 in the morning and start work. And I vowed that somehow I would get in there ahead of him. I finally achieved that by staying up after observing it. Chandrasekhar was one of the great figures of this century in astronomy and in astrophysics. And not only that, but much of his work is related to phenomena that we now are exploring in the X-ray.
Sir, basically Chandrasekhar is known for the Chandrasekhar limit. That is what his greatest contribution to physics and astrophysics. So can you tell us briefly what is Chandrasekhar limit?
Basically, you see, in astronomy and in the universe, there are many types of stars. There are different kinds of stars like sun, white dwarf, red giant, and very huge stars, and so on. So basically Chandrasekhar and Fowler, they studied about the constitution of different stars and their stability, and they evolved mathematical equations on that, and they proved, that means S. Chandrasekhar proved that there is a certain limit beyond which a white dwarf cannot be there. Okay, that limit is called the Chandrasekhar unit, and that unit is very simple. It is only 1.44 times mass of the sun. So any star can be a white dwarf if its mass is below that. So that is why it is called as the Chandrasekhar limit. So and this has given an insight into the constitution of different stars and their categorization and their composition. Yeah, it has helped in understanding further to a great extent universe, and for that only he got Nobel Prize in 1983.
Chandra's elegant applications of the laws of physics to astronomy transformed our view of the universe. In 1983, Chandra received the Nobel Prize in Physics for his work on the structure of stars, work which began when he was a young man. While still in his 20s, Chandra made a fundamental discovery about white dwarfs, the collapsed remnants of burned-out sun-like stars. He used two revolutionary new theories of physics, relativity and quantum theory, to show that white dwarfs have a maximum mass, which came to be known as the Chandrasekhar limit.
म्हजे बरोबर आसात गोवा सायन्स सेंटरान आशिल्ले शुभदा किनळकर. सो तांचे जे रेकॉग्निशन आशिल्ले, तांकां जे पुरस्कार बी मेळ्ळे, कसो तांचो गौरव जालो हे आमच्या दर्शकांक तूं सांग.
प्रोफेसर सुब्रमण्यम चंद्रशेखर जे आसले ते पयले वैज्ञानीक आसले की तेंच्यांनी एस्ट्रॉनॉमी म्हणजे खगोलशास्त्र तशेंच फिजिक्स ह्याची दोनी एकत्र येवन तेंच्यांनी तेजो अभ्यास केल्लो, आनी त्या खातीर तांकां बरेचशे अवॉर्ड्स गावले, तांकां बरेचशे पुरस्कार गावले, आनी भारतान न्हू तर तेज्या भायर सुद्दां तांकां बरोचसो सन्मान गावलो. तांकां 1983 ह्या सालान नोबल प्रायज गावले फिजिक्सा खातीर.
म्हणजे शुभदा म्हाका दिसता नोबल प्रायज हो वर्ल्डान सगळ्यान व्हडलो पुरस्कार.
हय, बरोबर. तशेंच 1984 सालान तांकां रॉयल सोसायटी, लंडनांतली रॉयल सोसायटी त्यांनी कोपली एवॉर्ड मेडल दिवन तांकां सन्मानीत केल्लो. सुब्रमण्यम चंद्रशेखर इज अ इंडियन फेलो, आनी तेंच्यांनी जरी भायर रिसर्च केली तरी सुद्दां तेंच्यांनी इंडियेक हें सोडूं ना. म्हणजे तांकां अभिमान आसलो की ही वॉज अ इंडियन पर्सन, आनी भारतान तांकां एक एवॉर्ड दिल्ले पद्म विभूषण, आनी तांकां सन्मानीत केल्ले.
शुभदा तूं म्हणटना म्हाका अशें दिसता की चंद्रशेखर फक्त भायर गेल्ले कित्याक तांकां ती फॅसिलिटी तेन्ना इंडियन नाशिल्ली, पूण तांचो जो हार्ट आसा, तांचो जो जीव आसा तो भारतानूच भितर आशिल्लो.
बरोबर. जरी ते भायर काम करताले तरी तेंचो जो आत्मा आसलो तो इंडियेन आसलो, आनी त्या खातीर ते बरेचशे म्हणजे फॉलोअप करीत आशिल्ले. ते होमी जहांगीर बाबा बरोबर लेटर्स आनी कन्वोकेशन करताले, इवन ते हांगासर येवपाचे प्रयत्न करताले, पण तरी तांकां खंयच्या कारणाक लागून तांकां येवपाक हांगासर गावना. तरी सुद्दां तांकां इंडिये बद्दल खूब प्रावड आशिल्लो की ते इंडियन म्हणून, आनी आमकां प्रावड आसपाक जाय की सुब्रमण्यम एस्ट्रॉनॉमर आमचे इंडियेचे म्हणून. प्रोफेसर सुब्रमण्यम चंद्रशेखर हे सी.व्ही. रमन हेंचे भाचे आशिल्ले, आनी तुमकां खबर आसा की सी.व्ही. रमन हे पयले मनीस ती तांकां इंडियेक नोबल प्रायज दिला, आनी तुमकां हेजे वयल्यान कळटलें की तेंची फॅमिली बॅकग्रावंडूच कितकी इंटेलिजंट आसा अशें.
म्हणजे म्हाका दिसता शुभदा तांच्या फॅमिलीन एक संवयशी आशिल्ली नोबल प्रायज
घेवपाची. रायट. प्रोफेसर सुब्रमण्यम चंद्रशेखर हे इंडियेनूच फेमस न्हू तर भायरूय बरेच फेमस आशिल्ले आनी तांकां एक श्रद्धांजली नाल्यार एक ट्रिब्यूट याद म्हणून दवरपाक तेंचे बरेचशे अशे ऑब्जर्वेटरी बी बांदल्या तेंच्या नांवान बांदल्या. फॉर एग्जाम्पल नासा जी आसा तेंच्यांनी थंय चंद्रा एक्सरे ऑब्जर्वेटरी म्हणून तेंच्या नांवान एक तांकां ट्रिब्यूट कशें दिल्लेलें आसा.
तर शुभदा हे चंद्रा एक्सरे ऑब्जर्वेटरी पळयल्यार म्हाका सारकें सॅटेलायट कशें दिसता. सो एक्झॅक्टली ही एक्सरे ऑब्जर्वेटरी म्हणजे कितें ही?
चंद्रा एक्सरे ऑब्जर्वेटरी हो जो टॅलिस्कोप जो आहा तो वयर ऑर्बिटान धाडला. तांचो
पृथ्वीर ना
तो पृथ्वीचेर ना, तो ऑर्बिटान धाडून थंयतल्यान आमकां हाय क्वॉलिटी ऑफ पिक्चर्स म्हणजे डेटा थंयतल्यान रिसीव करपाक गावता. आनी तो जो डेटा आहा तो वाया सेन्सर्स बीन आमच्या म्हणजे पृथ्वीचेर धाडटा, ग्रावंड बेजाचेर धाडटा आनी थंयतल्यान आमकां तितूंतल्यान इन्फॉर्मेशन गावता. तशेंच जे चंद्रा टॅलिस्कोपाक जे ग्लास लायल्या पळय ते मिरर्स वर्ल्डांतले फायनेस्ट मिरर्स आसा.
सो एक फॅक्ट आसा की आमच्या जगातले सगळ्यांत परफेक्ट जे हारशे आसात ते हे चंद्रा एक्सरे ऑब्जर्वेटरीन आसात. तर ही चंद्रा एक्सरे ऑब्जर्वेटरी कितें हें आमी एक ल्हानशे ताजेर एक व्हिडिओ पळोवया.
The Chandra Observatory is the most sophisticated X-ray telescope ever built. It is named in honor of Subramanian Chandrasekhar, or Chandra, as he was called by his friends and colleagues. The X-ray camera is the Advanced CCD Imaging Spectrometer. It is an instrument that uses charge-coupled devices, or CCDs, and works much like the chip in a camcorder.
The CCD imaging spectrometer is designed primarily to record images and spectra at the same time. Things in the past that were all blurred together and we couldn't separate out the intrinsic properties will now be, for the first time, shown to us in great detail, both the images and the spectra at the same time.
In addition to these two cameras, the telescope has another set of devices called transmission gratings. When used with the cameras, the gratings give scientists detailed information about the temperature, motion, and abundance of chemical elements in X-ray sources.
भारतान एक ऑब्जर्वेटरी बांदल्या तेजें नांव आसा हिमालयन चंद्र टॅलिस्कोप आनी ही जी ऑब्जर्वेटरी आहा ती हँगली लडाख हांगसर बांदल्या आनी हेजें नांव जें दिलां तें चंद्रा टॅलिस्कोप कित्याक एक समर्पण दिवपा खातीर सुब्रमण्यम चंद्रशेखराक दिला. हो जो टॅलिस्कोप आहा जो एकदम हाय अल्टिट्यूडाचेर आसा, थंय तुमकां एकदम क्लियर व्यू गावता आनी हो जो टॅलिस्कोप आहा तो इन्फ्रारेड टॅलिस्कोप आसा.
हांवें अशें वाचिल्लें अबावट हिमालयन चंद्रा टॅलिस्कोप ही आमच्या ज्या पृथ्वीर सगळ्यो ज्यो वेधशाळा आसात त्यो सगळ्यांत हायस्ट आमच्या भारताक श्रेय वता की चंद्रा टॅलिस्कोप इज द हायस्ट टॅलिस्कोप इन द वर्ल्ड. तर इतले हाय एल्टिट्यूडाचेर इतले त्रास काडून हो टॅलिस्कोप बांदपाचें कितें प्रयोजन जावंक शकता?
हेची दोन कारणां आसा. पयलें कारण म्हणजे इतक्या हाय अल्टिट्यूडाचेर जास्त पोल्युशन आसचें ना आनी सेकेंड रिजन पोल्युशन आसचें ना म्हणजे स्काय जो आसा तो खूब क्लियर दिसतलो आनी ऑब्जर्वेटरीन क्लियर दिसलें म्हणजे की तुमकां क्लियर व्यू गावतलो स्टार्सांचो, डेटा क्लियर गावतलो. सो ही तेजी दोन रिजनां इतक्या वयर अल्टिट्यूडाचेर बांदपाचो. हांगासर एक आमी हिमालयन चंद्रा टॅलिस्कोपचो मॉडेल दवरला आनी हिमालयन चंद्र टॅलिस्कोप आमकां असो दिसता ह्या मॉडेला सारको.
हो मॉडेल आसा हिमालयन चंद्रा टॅलिस्कोपाचो, हाका डोम म्हणटात. ऑब्जर्वेटरीचे डोम हे आसा आनी जाता कितें हे सगळें रिमोटली कंट्रोल्ड आसा. आतां एक सांगपा सारकें अजापाची गजाल म्हणल्यार हे जे टॅलिस्कोप आसा थंय सायंटिस्ट बसून ताचो अभ्यास करनात. तर जे लडाख आसा हेनले ते ताजी अल्टिट्यूडूच असो आसा, इतली हायट आसा की थंय वर्सभर बसप सामकें इम्पॉसिबल जाता. मायनसान थंय टेम्परेचर आसता. तर जाता कितें ही सगळी जी डेटा आसता हे टॅलिस्कोपाची ही रिमोटली थ्रू सॅटेलायट बँगलोरान हॉस्कोट म्हणून आसा तो ताजो सेंटर आसा इंडियन इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ एस्ट्रोफिजिक्साचो, थंय सगळी डेटा धाडटात आनी बँगलोरान बसून सायंटिस्ट रिसर्च करतात. हेनले वचून लडाखाक वचून रिसर्च करपाची आमकां गरज पडना. चंद्रा हांचे बद्दल आनी खूब पळोवपाचें आसा, पण आतां एक ल्हानसो ब्रेक घेवया.